Just under 5 minutes until we kick this thing off. We're going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about the Oakland Patriots tonight. Of course, it all starts with their quarterback, Brevin Linnell. Brevin's a kid that's really stepped up, and he's led this Oakland Patriot offense well this year. He's battle-tested. He's a kid that's played in big games. Did a great job 2 weeks ago against Blackman, as we saw here on the broadcast, and it all starts with him. And then, of course, your wingbacks, B.J. Kennard and Xavier Myers. Those are your money guys. Those are the guys that are going to get the ball 85% of the time on this offense. Myers, of course, we saw 2 weeks ago. He had over 30 carries. So far this season for him, 88 carries for 697 yards and 13 touchdowns. He, of course, was a Mr. Football candidate, finalist last year at Nashville Christian. And B.J. Kennard, not all that active in the win against Coffee County last week. He had 1 catch for 7 yards, but I was told that he was dealing with a little bit of ankle trouble. It was bothering him, but one of the assistant coaches told me he should be good to go for tonight. We should expect for him to turn in a good night.
Coming to the center of the field.
We go to the other side of the field, and we have the Franklin Rebels. Number 55, that's going to be Jacob Lubretta. Number 19,
and number 55,
Luke
Jacob
Wilkes.
Lubretta. For the Patriots.
Hold on, we're waiting.
Number 62.
Number 18, Josh McMurray.
Ethan Ellis. And number 81.
I think that's a 4-9. Hard to see. We think that other
Easton
one.
Pararu, number 81.
Okay.
And I hope I got that right. If not, we're going to have a long night of butchering, but we'll do the best we can.
And then on the Oakland Patriots side, we've got number 81, Ruwaja Dumba. At number 77, Ethan Ellis. Number 62, that's Charlie Jones. And number 2, that is Brevin Linnell.
And, you see Tacoy Randolph down there in street clothes. And also number 6, that's Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, they're a little beat up along their offensive line as well. 75, Kane Williams, and 76, Donovan Williams, both down there hobbling around. The Patriots have been decimated by injuries this year, but they've done a good job of fighting through them. They've had some of these games earlier this year where we saw some of the younger kids get in and play. That's really good for them because they see where they have depth at each position, because now it's their time on Friday night.
Yeah, and we're going to we're going to start getting real serious here real soon, because we're going this thing's going to push out, and having depth is going to be so important.
That's what gets you through. That's what gets you to play in that game in December. Steve
Jackson wears the white hat. He's talking to Brevin Linnell. Looks like they've won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. That's just what Kevin Creasy does. And so Franklin's going to get the ball first, and that'll bring in the kicker, Garrett Taylor, for the Oakland Patriots.
Sure will. And yeah, we were just saying Franklin, they like to run the football here, so it'll be up to this Patriot front seven to shut that down and force Josh Nichols and company to put the ball in the air.
Well, we appreciate everybody joining us here on Stork Vision as we get ready for our 7th game. We were off last week. I was in Notasulga, Alabama at the Blue Jean Ball.
That looked like a lot of fun, Stork. Man, I was watching. It looked like you guys had a ball. Sure had a ball at the ball.
Yeah, Coach Dye's a lot of fun. He's good to me. We raised a lot of money. That's what's important.
Saw you met Coach Bruce Pearl, too.
Well, Coach Pearl and I, we've been friends ever since that he's come on board. He's been at every Blue Jean Ball. Just a fine guy and, a heck of a coach. A lot of emotions. He's a great, and he's won everywhere he's been.
Absolutely.
He's had a winning program everywhere he's coached.
He plays games in March. He plays a lot of games in March.
Anthony, we've got 3 after this one, and then we're going to go straight audio, as we very well know. We're not going to give up, but, we're going to do the best we can through the playoffs. The TSSAA will be charging $700 if you're not an affiliate with the NFHS, and we aren't. We're affiliate of ourselves, so,
Bring you folks a radio broadcast.
We're going to bring them a good broadcast.
It'll be really good. It'll be really good.
But the highlights, all that stuff, we'll capture that. We will have we'll just have a camera on the scoreboard and bring all that action when playoff comes.
Yeah, we'll still definitely be up here filming the game. We just cannot do it live. We'll still have highlights for you.
We're going to be live. It's just going to be audio only.
Yeah, audio only. We'll have to put out the video highlights after the game.
You got to be able to, Donnie Webb's going to want to run the ball, so Oakland's got to be able to stop the run.
Yeah, it's going to be big for some of these kids like Christian Cantrell and Aaron Moore. They're going to have to do a good job of filling lanes and really limiting Matt Gacka to limited yardage, and they're going to have to force Josh Nichols to put it in the air.
And Kevin Creasy, he's going to mix it up. He'll do a little bit of both. He's not.
Yeah, they're not afraid to hit you with a play action after they've come after you with a couple little runs, and they'll go over the top on you if they need to.
Yeah, they're going to take a shot anytime they need to. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stork Vision. Our sponsor is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John Jones. We appreciate him. None of this could happen without him. My wife runs that camera, and she'll keep your eyes steady all night. That's Judy the Beauty, and the color analyst right now is Anthony Fiorella. Let's roll. Garrett Taylor puts his right foot into the ball, and we're at a 7:02 time, and it goes into the back of the end zone, and they're going to start at the 20-yard line, so 1st and 10. Now for the Franklin Rebels, as we'll get our first look at them of the 2018 season, other than I did see a glimpse of them at the Jamboree, but, we can't really count the Jamboree.
It's only 2 quarters of football.
And it's very vanilla. Very vanilla.
That defensive line for Oakland, a little bit different. They've got Mikael Holman in the ball game. Number 68, that is Jalen Willard. And, of course, number 7, the South Carolina commit, Joseph Anderson.
Boy, he's a good-looking kid. Here we go, kids. Number 24 is going to run the offense, Gacka. Here we go. Gacka puts a man in motion. That's number 6, Reed Kemp.
Nowhere. Nothing going for Gacka right there. That was a good job by Mikael Holman and Aaron Moore coming in off the edges to converge on him.
Yeah, number 36, Aaron Moore, of course, going to do that unofficial or just whatever you want to call unofficial visit tomorrow to University of Louisville. We said last year he's a player. I love him. He's a great
high motor kid.
Good football player on Friday night. And then they got Holman over there on that left side. Put 2 in motion. Defense shifts for Oakland. Gacka lets it go way downfield. It's going to be a penalty against Franklin.
Just overthrown right there.
It looked like to me it was illegal procedure.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there.
No, illegal shift.
Steven Jackson on the call right there. But yeah, as you saw right there, though, Josh Nichols is a kid. He's got a heck of an arm. He can cock that thing back and throw it down the field. A baseball player, he's got a real strong arm. He's accurate. It's his decision making that can kind of get him in trouble sometimes.
On a 3rd down situation, kids. 3rd and 9 now for the Franklin Rebels.
You're going to have to put it in the air now, Stork.
Yeah, you're in a level 2, Coach.
Look at number 11, Chancellor Bright. He's their big receiver over there at the top of the screen. He's matched up with Woody Washington.
Josh Nichols, the quarterback. Here we go. From the 21. Nichols, 3-step. He's in trouble. Caught a little heat. His intended receiver was number 24, Gacka.
Yeah, they tried to set up a screen right there. As you saw that offensive line, they blocked for maybe a second. They let their men go. Nichols, when he got rid of it, though, unfortunately, Gacka was just not turned around. If he could have caught that ball, he could have stumbled and got him a 1st down. He had some room.
Kevin Creasy did a nice job there calling the blitz and sending the house. Putting a lot of pressure on him. Number 2, Guy Lipscomb, getting ready to punt. Here we go. Lipscomb gets it away. He's a right-footed kicker. And Woody Washington, the Boomer Sooner commitment, up to the 45, twisting, turning in up to the 40-yard line, and brought down by number 71 and number 14. 71 would be Christian Mullman, and number 14 is Chapman Baird.
And something really interesting we were talking about that I thought was kind of cool. When you talk to Woody Washington, you ask him, why Oklahoma? Why not an SEC school? He'll tell you, because they don't throw the ball in the SEC. I'm a cornerback. They throw the ball a lot in the Big 12.
Brevin Linnell now going to operate out of a shotgun. He's got Xavier Myers to his right. Send a couple in motion. They're going to heavy left as they give it off to Myers on that left side, up to the 35.
Xavier Myers, the ball carrier. Stop made by Moolman.
So nice pickup of about 6 yards. Let's call it 2nd and 4. The ball's on the 34-yard line.
Yeah, another good runoff tackle right there for Xavier Myers. That's what he likes to do.
Got Mookie playing in that slot, big number 4. Look at here. Tim Pennell. Nice run by Pennell.
Yeah, good run there by Pennell. He gets around the edge. And looks like his helmet came off, so he's going to have to come out of the game after that play. But again, they go off tackle. You know, it's going to be imperative for Franklin tonight. They've got to set the edge and force Franklin to try to go up the gut.
So the chain gang moves and the box man resets, and a fresh set of 4 for Brevin Linnell as he moves a little closer, almost. Well, he's on the 15-yard line, so he's definitely in the red zone. As he's got Mookie to his right, Xavier Myers, the lone back, fakes it to Myers. Looky here, going back with number 23, B.J. Kennard.
Yeah, a little reverse right there, misdirection, trying to get that Franklin defense off balance. They get a good block right there from the pulling guard. That's Lionel Patterson again on the block. So Oakland knocking on the door inside the 10.
Second down 3.
Ball's on the 7-yard line. 8.
Call it 8.
Yeah, let's call it the 8. Myers, the lone back. Mookie to the right. And Tim Pennell to the left.
Right up.
Myers on the ball's on the ground. Franklin's recovered it, y'all. Just that quick game changer.
Wow, that was a... You don't see Xavier Myers cough it up all that often, but right there, that was number 33, DJ Durham, on the stop right there for Franklin. Looked like as he's taking him to the ground, he kind of punches the ball out, and it was a good job by Franklin to fall on that thing because Oakland sure looked like they were on their way to the end zone.
Number 25, Kelton was the guy that recovered it, and now, you know, they're at a 95-yard situation. 1st and 10 now for the Franklin Rebels. So maybe the fall break, a little sluggish. I've never seen Xavier Myers squirt one out like that, but it's happened. He's now put one on the ground.
He's human.
Absolutely. Ooh. Josh Nichols tried to thread the needle.
Kennard right there on the coverage coming up from his safety spot. He saw that slant route coming all the way and moved right in front of it, and he knows he should have caught that ball.
2nd and 10 now for the Franklin Rebels. And if it's me, why wouldn't you just do a running play and try to get out of there so you can get a little bit of room?
Exactly. Get you a little bit of breathing room. Yeah, a little bit of a heavy set right here.
Gacka to the right of Nichols. I give it to Gacka. That's what they're going to do. Gacka up the middle. He's going to give him a little bit, not much, maybe a yard or 2. Boy, that Oakland front line right there. Big number 7, Joseph Anderson, the South Carolina commitment.
They just have such a tough job trying to block big Joseph Anderson on the inside. I feel bad for them. And, you know, it was just last year, Franklin had a kid that ended up going to Tennessee, an offensive lineman named Max Ray. But Ray, of course, a tackle. But Franklin has been known to have some good offensive lines in the past.
They're at a money-down situation. They're at 3rd and 8. Nichols with Gacka to his right. He's going to have to put it in the air. Gacka, he's going to try to throw a little screen. Ooh, it was almost there. Mikael Holman had a hand on it.
They call it incomplete, but that was kind of close. Looked like it might have been backwards.
Intended for number 24, Matt Gacka.
And we'll see here if Coach Creasy decides to send the heat here on the punt yet again. He likes to line a lot of guys up along that line of scrimmage, and especially back here near the end zone.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Nobody loves a special team play when you got the offense pinned back deep and you can send the house on them.
Ain't nothing that can bail your offense out like a big-time special teams play.
Absolutely. Let's see what Coach Kevin Creasy calls for his defense.
However, Franklin, number 42, John Kirkpatrick, one of the top long snappers in the state. This kid's pretty consistent.
Number 5, Woody Washington.
See what happens. Timeout.
Yeah, we're going to have a timeout.
Franklin. They wanted to see what they were going to line up in. Rashad Jenkins, number 12, was the punter. Let's see what Coach Kevin Creasy's going to do. Timeout on the field.
What they may be getting ready to talk to him about is, if you can, I know we just got to get as many yards out of this thing as you can. Kick it far and kick it to this far sideline over here on our bench and keep it away from Woody, because Woody does damage in the punt return game. See if we get you folks.
Get us some scores.
Yeah, get you.
See what my brother's doing.
In the college game, Georgia Tech up 24-7 on Louisville in the second quarter of that one. MTSU and Marshall knotted up at 3. 2:14 left in the first quarter of that ball game, and going down 8:40 right across the county line, Wilson Central leads the Laverne Wolverines by a score of 7-0.
So the Wolverines playing through fall break.
Yeah, and they're on a little 2-game winning streak right now. So this will be good for them. This is a tough test for them against Wilson Central. They're two pretty evenly matched squads.
Well, we're going to stick with Rashad Jenkins, number 12 in the backfield. Let's see what Creasy does. Does it look like he's got any heat? No, it doesn't. Whoa. Maybe a piece. He got rushed.
That ball goes into the crowd down here.
About the 24-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
That ball just comes off.
See what this guy's arm. Nice arm. So he throws it to Coy Randolph, who's in street clothes.
Yeah, that ball just comes off the side of his foot right there, and you cannot have that. Only other bad thing that could have happened is you have a bad snap or you give up a touchdown, but Oakland's got the ball in phenomenal field position.
He's going to run the ball. He's going to keep it on the ground and just pound it.
Going around now, off tackle.
A score of interest, MTSU and Marshall are tied at 3.
There you go, Anthony. You're giving that MTSU score. Now they're giving it across the PA. Linnell reaches up underneath the center and gives it to the Mookster.
He was brought down by number 12. That's Rashad Jenkins, the man who just got off that punt. So a good job right there to redeem himself and take down Mookie Wilson on a good stop, because he's a kid. You can't just arm tackle.
Second down and 7.
Ball on the 18-yard line. 2nd and 7 now for the Patriots. Got Tim Pennell up there to the left, Xavier Myers and Mookie, and he lets Mookie have it again. Mookie, 3 yards, just pounding it, just like I said. Ball now up to the 15.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what David Watson wants to call right here. You got 3rd down and medium, of course. They can hurt you just as bad in the run game as they can throwing the ball. You wonder if maybe they bring up some play action here.
Maybe stretch the field, maybe run a jet sweep, who knows? He's got Woody Washington at the top of the screen. Xavier Myers to his left as he operates out of a shotgun. He lets Myers have it.
A good stop right there. That's number 71, Christian Moolman, the senior defensive tackle, on the stop right there, and that's going to force Garrett Taylor onto the field. Try to give us our first points of the night.
No gain on the play.
Really a good job by that Franklin defense, though, because Oakland got the ball to start on the 20 here on this drive.
Well coached by head coach Donnie Webb, who's one of the regulars on Inside the Headset, as we always enjoy talking to him. Boom. Taylor. We're on the board. 3-0
through. So Oakland gets some points out of the drive, but obviously not going to be happy. If you start at the 20, you got to get that ball in the end zone, and over on the other side of the ball, he's got to be really happy with his defense that they were able to limit them to just 3 points after giving them the ball in such great field position.
And if I'm Franklin, I just want to get the ball and try to just grind it, get a few first downs, get some rhythm going, chunks, a little bit by little bit, just try to get something going.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything too different than what you've been doing. We're still really early, so you want to continue to give the ball to Gacka, I think.
Yep.
You may want to try to get Chancellor Bright involved, get him on some jet sweeps, keep him involved, but I wouldn't put it in there unless I needed to right now because these last couple throws have been hurting them a little bit. And get some scores for you folks real quick. Father Ryan and Brentwood underway, and the Catholics, Father Ryan up 3-0 in that ball game. It's still in the first quarter. Wilson Central has scored again to take a 14-0 lead over Laverne in the first quarter.
Garrett Taylor is the kicker for the Oakland Patriots. Playing here on fall break. Not many fans here, but we do have some. And I think Franklin or Williamson County begins their fall break, so it looks like our friends and family who are here. The band's here. We're rolling. Not quite the end zone. To the 20, to the 25. Nice return. Up to about the 27, 28-yard line.
Best field position of the night there for Franklin.
Guy Lipscomb on the return, number 2. And that's where the Rebels will start. First and 10, Rebs.
Take over first and 10 from their own 20.
Yeah, and if I'm Oakland right here too, defensively, you kind of know what they're going to do. They've been a little predictable here so far. You know that they're going to try to run the ball down your throat. So I think if I'm Coach Creasy, I continue to load the box and force them to try to throw the ball on me.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to stick with Josh Nichols as the quarterback. Gacka is back there with him. Got 2 at the top of the screen, as you can see. Gacka chanting from a shotgun. Going for it. Ooh.
Little miscommunication right there.
Yeah, a little hot, a little rich on that pass.
Somebody zigged when they should have zagged right there, and it was dangerous, but fortunately Nichols was able to get it out of the reach of Woody Washington.
Second and 10 now for them as the clock stops with 6:31 left to go in the first quarter.
Looks like Franklin's getting ready to come out of that Wildcat set again. Nichols dropped him to the sideline, so watch Gacka up the gut here.
Franklin taking a long time. Trips down here by us. Gacka's your quarterback. They give it to number 43, Chase Crow.
Boy, but Joseph Anderson and Woody Washington were having absolutely none of that, though. They saw it coming the whole time. They're able to get outside, and Crow had nowhere to cut back to, and it's going to be 3rd down and long now for the Franklin Rebels.
You're now going to have to put it, so every time Franklin's had it on that 3rd down, they've had to, it's not been short yardage.
No, they haven't been able to. Oakland's been winning on 1st and 2nd down. That's huge as a defense. You want to try and win 1st and 2nd down to force 3rd and longs.
Nichols. Well, now they're going to stick with Gacka.
It's Nichols.
No, Nichols. Gacka's real close. Whoa. Screen complete to number 6, Reed Kemp.
Yeah, that was that same play they tried to set up essentially on that last 3rd down when we were back here. Kind of a conservative call here from Coach Webb, but, I don't know. I guess he's trying to put trust in his defense here. I think he's saying, all right, I've seen what our defense has done. I'm going to trust them to try to get us the ball back. Let's talk it over here on the bench offensively and get after it next time.
Number 12, Rashad Jenkins back in the punt formation for the Rebs. He gets it away. Nice. Woody Washington from his 30. Waiting. That wasn't very smart, Woody.
Down. Yeah, but a good tackle right there by 33, DJ Durham.
Taken down at the 30-yard line.
Woody thought he was going to get a little too cute, and that didn't work.
Yeah, but, that's what he does as a returner. You know, he likes to dance. He likes to go east and west, and usually it works for him most of the time. But a couple of times, what you just saw happen.
1st and 10 for Brevin Linnell as he starts from his own 30-yard line. Let's see what the Patriots do. Got Kennard kind of creeping up here in the slot. Look at here, Linnell looking downfield. He's in trouble and slung to the earth. Boy, big number 71. Christian Moolman brought him to the earth.
Yeah, and Moolman's been having himself a heck of a ball game. There's a little bit of miscommunication right there on that play action. They pull one guard. One of the tackles is supposed to seal and bucket right there, which is kind of like a pass set of some sort, to try to put it into layman's terms, and just didn't get over there in time, and it freed Moolman up, and he's able to get back there to make the sack.
Franklin defense doing a real good job on that play. Let's see if they can stop Coach Creasy here. Linnell from a shotgun. Back around pass, getting the pressure to Woody Washington on a hitch. Woody up to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Woody Washington.
Nope, they said he's down at the 1.
You got to be kidding me.
They said he just stepped out. But, boy, what a play call right there. They line up trips to the top of the screen on the left. Pump fake it over there. Linnell does a little spinaroo, gets it off to Woody Washington. Big number 77, Ethan Ellis, gets out in open field. That corner was no match for him, and Woody was able to turn on the Jets and just missed scoring.
Washington coming out of the game. He's gassed. What a nice run by the Boomer Sooner commitment. And you know what you want to do here.
Big number 4 back there.
You see who they got in there, the Mookie. And that's who they give it to, Mookie Wilson. Did he get it?
Yeah, I think so.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Mookie Wilson. Touchdown, Oakland Patriots.
And number 12, Rashad Jenkins, was able to get back there, get some penetration, but Mookie is just a kid that does not stop churning those legs, and you cannot deny him when you get down that close to the end zone and he starts sniffing it.
Josh Curry is the long snapper for the Oakland Patriots. Brevin Linnell will hold, and Garrett Taylor to kick. As Taylor wants to try to put one more on. Boom. 10-0, Anthony.
And good.
Yeah, and really a great drive right there by Oakland. You know, they give up the sack, and Coach Watson says, you know what, we're going to go over the top on them. I still believe in my offensive line. Get a little trickery going, and they got Franklin to bite.
For your contributions and commitment to our school community and the 2018.
Got some scores for me?
Sure do.
Bring it.
At Hornsby, First Vision Bank.
Huntsville and Florence underway down there in Alabama, and the Florence Falcons are out to a 7-0 lead. It's a big game down there for Coach Hester as they're fighting for their playoff lives right now. South Warren is out to a 7-0 lead on Ravenwood, so good news to you Franklin Rebel fans that are listening. Actually, it's 14-0. A fresh one just came in to me. South Warren gets another score, and as far as we know, Father Ryan continues to lead Brentwood 3-0.
Like I said before, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Come back next week, Anthony. We got 3 games. That's it. We're going to be over at Blackman for Blackman Stewart's Creek. We got Blackman in the Backyard Brawl. And then we've got here Oakland and Siegel. So that's our final roundup.
Yeah, it's crunch time. It's crunch time. All these games are pivotal right now.
They all count, man. Really big in football. You got to win.
Maybe an offsides penalty down here.
Steve Jackson wears that white hat.
Offside against the Patriots.
That was the call, so they're going to have to back it up some now.
Patriots would also like to express our appreciation for the following restaurants for their kind support providing game meals for our student athletes. Montana Grill, the Alley on Main Street, Nacho's Grill, and Marina's on the Square.
Sorry, kids. Had to check my Facebook feed. Was getting dirty messages from them about music claim rights. Look at here, in the end zone. This is trouble. Just down it.
Yeah. Sandler's kick rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, now start from the 20. Boy, that could have been bad had you gotten on top of him quickly.
Yeah, if they're able to get that kickoff team down there and recover that ball inside the 5, then that spells real trouble right here for Franklin. It's a big drive for them. They got to put some points on the board to keep themselves in this thing. 2-possession ball game right now.
Absolutely.
To number 8, Amir Gray. Amir is a senior for the team this year. Go Pats and have a great game, Amir.
Looks like they got Nichols in there, number 9, along with Gacka to the right. Twins to the top. De'Aaron McDonald down here by us on defense. They give it to Gacka. Gacka up the middle. Picks up about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, he did a good job right there of breaking those initial tackles in the backfield, and he's able to make something out of nothing.
Mikael Holman, number 44, in there on the stop.
Number 44, Mason Jones. Correction, Mikael Holman.
We know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
We know this game. Let's call it second down. 2nd and 6 now for Franklin Rebs. Gacka to the left. Josh Nichols out of a shotgun. Boy, Donnie Webb really needs to get something going. Fakes it to Gacka, goes across the top. Nice lick there by number 16, D.D. Anderson.
Yeah, great play right there by Anderson. They set up a play action, try to get a quick hitter on the slant right there, but D.D. Anderson staying at home playing center field in zone coverage, able to get in there and knock it away.
You're David Webb. You want to keep the confidence with your team. You need this first down really bad. You need to move the chains.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you got to throw a second level pass here. I know these past couple of drives they've gone after a little swing pass, but you've got to sustain a drive right here.
Here we go. We're going to work with Gacka in the backfield. Nichols will work out of a shotgun. He is the quarterback. Nichols, 3-step drop, going to try to throw that quick screen to Gacka. And Gacka's brought to the earth by the South Carolina commitment.
That's just a great job right there by Joseph Anderson. He recognizes the screen that time. He bid on it the first time, but sticks his foot in the ground right there, finds the running back, and gets to him to make the stop.
4th down now for the Rebs. As number 12 comes back out on the field, Rashad Jenkins.
Be careful right here. If I'm Donnie Webb, I tell him, kick that thing toward our sidelines. I'd rather get a 25-yard punt than kick it to Woody.
Yeah, that's the truth. Here we go. He gets it off. They're going to kick it to Woody. Woody ain't going to run it back. He's going to start from about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, a little fair catch right there, and kind of kicks what punters call a helicopter. You know, he kicks one of them balls that'll twirl and look like a helicopter blade. And some of them, if they're good at it, they do stuff like that on purpose because it's hard to catch it.
Good point. Ball now almost creeping on the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Oakland Patriots. Brevin Linnell going to operate up under, so they're going to run the ball, going to operate underneath the center. Pitch. Boy, wrapped up quickly. Nowhere.
Yeah, Kennard just ran out of real estate right there. There was no field for him to kind of cut back and follow any blockers right there. Good job by Franklin in pursuit.
Noah Clayton, big number 76, weighs 330 pounds as a defensive lineman, and he's every bit of it, Coach.
That's a big old kid, 330 pounds. Man, that's hard to block right there if you can move.
I do not want his food tab for 7 days. Here we go, second down, second. You're going to have to get some yardage back here. Looks like they went with Myers.
Yeah, and that was a good job right there by number 50 for Oakland. That's Lucas Weist. He gets over there, gets that cut block on big Noah Clayton, who, by the way, is only a sophomore.
He'll play on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's going to play on Saturday.
There's a very good chance he could be playing on Saturdays. And Oakland's going to have one of their first 3rd and longs of the night.
You know, and with a 3rd and 10, we're under a minute. They're going to get this play off. Got one more. Linnell going to come on up. Play clock now down to 9. Fake. Catching a little pressure. Mikael Holman up to about the 50-yard line and gets the first down. They're going to switch sides.
Yeah, it sure is. And that was a good job by Mikael Holman, too, because when he got hit, he kind of juggled with that ball and was able to still come down with it.
Correction, 49-yard line. We got a difference of maybe about a second. It's 24 on the game clock, and now it's the game clock is faster than the play clock. But they're not worried about it. They're going to run the play. As 14 seconds still left on the play clock. Here we go. Linnell. 2-step drop, looking downfield. He's got somebody. Ooh. The intended receiver, D.D. Anderson.
Yeah, the Oakland fans are not happy about that right there. D.D. Anderson really turned the Jets on, and he's able to get past his man, but he kind of stumbled and fell over.
I think he was dragging somebody, it looked like to me.
Yeah. They may have said, he kind of stumbled over. We're not going to throw the flag right there.
Wow.
Let it go, but good throw right there by Brevin Linnell, though. He did a good job of putting it over that back shoulder.
You talked about Coach Creasy taking a shot, and that's where he did. It was on a first down situation. Tried to take a shot, and that's just what you do. Linnell up underneath the center. Myers on the right side.
Xavier Myers, the ball carrier.
Met quickly by number 7, Cooper Polk.
Stop made by DJ Durham.
And we're at the end of the first quarter.
The end of your first quarter.
We appreciate our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. John Jones sells homes. He is the exclusive sponsor. He is the only sponsor of Stork Vision. We love John, appreciate him. Families down on fall break, enjoying themselves in Florida. Talked to him last night. And getting ready to get an Auburn trip together. We're going to go down to Auburn. He's got a daughter. He's got a daughter going down there. We're going to go down and see a little pearl ball.
Okay. Get you some basketball in.
Yeah.
The college basketball, they're practicing now. I've gone out and I've been filming some practice and stuff. It's exciting. I'm ready for I'm ready for some basketball.
Well, let me ask you this. MTSU's been pretty good the last couple of years. What are you expecting out of them? Where are they in the preseason of the Sun Belt? Where are they?
I'll be completely 100% honest with you. It's a big question mark right now because of course Kermit Davis got that big job with Ole Miss, so he's gone now, and they bring in Nick McDevitt from UNC Asheville, who he's a coach that's had some good success at a mid-major, but they lost a lot of recruits, had a lot of guys transfer out, so I'm afraid they're fixing to go through some rebuilding.
It'll be a long year for the Blue Raiders.
Yeah. to put it in short terms.
And it starts with a coach. I sat there talking to Coach Dye the other day, and he says, if you don't have a good coach, all the buildings and flags and scoreboards don't mean nothing. It starts with a coach. Linnell from the shotgun fakes that pitch. He's rolling to the right, and he's got Mikael Holman. Using Mikael Holman as he breaks up to the 20-yard line of the Franklin Rebels, brought down by number 33, DJ Durham.
Yeah, and Franklin again, they're in zone coverage on that play, and Holman does a good job of fighting around the linebackers, and then he sits. And once he sits, Brevin Linnell is able to recognize, oh man, he's wide the heck open, delivers a nice pass to him, and Oakland's moving the sticks.
Fresh set of 4 given to Brevin Linnell as he got Xavier Myers in the backfield. Illinois State commitment gets it up the middle. Xavier Myers is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Myers. Touchdown, Oakland Patriots.
Just a really good job of that offensive line, just opening a hole that you could drive a tractor trailer through right there, making it easy for Xavier Myers. And then by Myers as well, once he gets to the second level of getting his way past some of those safeties and some of those corners, and he's able to get himself into the end zone, and it's now a 3-possession ball game. Garrett Taylor on to attempt the PAT. Curry will snap and Linnell will hold. Snap, hold, and kick. All three are good. And that will make it 17-0 in favor of the Oakland Patriots, Stork.
You know, now Creasy's, we've kind of seen what Franklin's got. We kind of seen what they're going to do. I mean, I'm Kevin Creasy. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything.
Down there on the sidelines right now.
Yeah,
you know, he's going to tell his defense, okay. We've kind of seen some different plays this offense is going to throw at us now. We know what they're coming with, so look, stick our feet down. We're going to go after them. We're going to tackle well. We're going to play with elite effort, some good, phenomenal toughness. We're going to get the ball back in our offense's hands, and we're just going to keep going with this thing.
When you're down, you can't play loose. You tend to tense up. You're worried about the clock. You're playing against the clock. You're playing against the score. Things haven't been going your way. When you're ahead, you can just play loose and keep the jets wide open and run out there and stick somebody and have some fun, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, and if you're Franklin right here, you know, you've got all 3 timeouts, you've got 11 minutes, but at the same time, it's a 3-possession ball game, so you want to get a touchdown, at least get yourself on the board, rely on that defense to try to get you another stop or two, and then head into the half down by at least 10, hopefully.
Yeah, if you're Donnie Webb, you at least you want to score right here. Excuse me. You want to score right here. And another great kick by Garrett Taylor. They're going to start from the 20-yard line.
Taking it out of the back of the end zone. Try and get you folks some scores real quick as we're transitioning from offense to defense on both sides. Brentwood has jumped out and taken the lead on Father Ryan. It's 14-10 in the second quarter of that one. Still no score in the Antioch Cane Ridge and Coffee County Lebanon games. And then Fayetteville and Warren County underway. That game tied at 7 in the second quarter.
Appreciate our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. As we start with the Franklin Rebels from their own 20-yard line. Josh Nichols is in trouble very quickly. That's going to be a loss for about 7 yards.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication right there. Something did not go right in that backfield. I think somebody was supposed to have taken the ball and gone with it right there, but it was a good job by Oakland to get back there and make the tackle.
Correction, they lost 5 on that. Let's call it 2nd and 15.
Can't be having things like that happen right now if you're Franklin, though. You've got to play perfectly on offense. You got to get points on the board.
I tell you what, that kettle corn, they got that thing fired up.
Yeah,
and our nose is getting cooked up here on this top deck as it is. The aroma is moving quickly. Gacka to the right of Josh Nichols as he stands just on the 10-yard line. Wow. Wow. That's Reed Kemp on the carry, number 6.
Yeah, and Kemp, you know, he got some decent yardage off the edge right there, but it's not going to quite do it for you. Again, you're going to have a 3rd and long. So, you know, if you're Franklin right here on the sidelines, you might be having to talk about, look, if we get in this situation again, we might have to put the ball in there on 2nd down so the 3rd down's more manageable.
Also in on that stop, you know, Deere McDonald was in there on that stop. This kid's had a great year. If he keeps doing well.
He's picking up some offers.
Yes. Nichols going to roll to that left side. Quick hurried pass. It's that Kemp.
Nichols pass.
Slung to the ground by number 23, B.J. Kennard. So Kennard playing both ways tonight.
Just not going to do it for him. And, you know, Franklin hasn't had a whole lot of negative plays, and they haven't turned the ball over offensively. So you got to take some positives out of that. But the thing is,
got to put together 4 downs, get the chains moving. You've got to get some things going.
We're getting some positive yardage, but we've got to start doing it on 1st and 2nd down so we can move the chains.
Jenkins back just on the 15. He's going to get it away.
Good kick.
Yep. Woody's going to take it and not going to do anything with it.
He's
about the 26.
He's certainly done his part in the punting game to try to make Oakland drive as far as they can, minus that one down here where they started at the 20, but his defense was able to bail him out.
He's getting a workout tonight. I'll give him that.
He sure is.
1st and 10 now for Brevin Linnell.
Burgers, hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, candy, and more, along with the full assortment of drinks.
B.J. Kennard, number 23 in there. Got Woody Washington there. Xavier Myers. Mookie Wilson, number 4. And your quarterback is Brevin Linnell. Myers, the only back. And that's B.J. Kennard on the right side. Look at that run.
Woo! He's still on
12-yard pickup by B.J. Kennard.
And a hard-fought 12 yards as well. And I tell you what, this Oakland Patriot team does not have a shortage of really tough running backs at all.
Moves the chains, picks up a fresh set of 4. Cooper Polk, number 7 on the defense.
It seems like everybody that they give the football to just will refuse to go down. They're tough kids. They don't try and go east and west on you. They try to go through you.
Kevin Creasy just taking his time. He's just milking that clock. Mookie Wilson coming our way. The Mookster. Ball on the ground. Ooh, recovered by number 26, Xavier Myers.
They're going to call him down by contact. So they're going to give Oakland the 8 yards right there for Mookie. But that's the second time tonight that they've had a guy cough the ball up. So something they'll definitely need to get cleaned up. They may tell him, make sure you keep that thing high and tight when you're carrying it.
2nd and 3. Ball just on the 46-yard line. Pick up a 7 for Mookie. Right back to Xavier Myers, and Myers puts it on the ground again.
Xavier Myers, the ball carrier.
I tell you what Franklin's doing. Franklin's batting that ball, Coach. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're getting in there, and Coach Johnny Webb has told them, that's you attribute that to watching film. They watch film this week, and they notice the tendencies of these guys carrying the ball. They keep it out. So he tells this defense, hey, when you go in to make that stop, punch your football because likely it's going to go down to the ground.
Ball on the 47 of the Franklin Rebs. Brevin Linnell has a fresh set of 4. He has Mookie Wilson just to the left of him, or right behind him, along with Xavier Myers.
It's Victor Stevenson on the
That's
carry.
Victor Stevens. Look at there. Nice pickup and right up to about the 34-yard line. Chains will move. Boxman will reset. A fresh set of 4 given to the Patriots.
And
Stevens out. It looks like Linnell.
Victor Stevenson has kind of, as we've gotten further and further on into this season, become their Timmy Goodrich from last year.
Well, and, you do need to always get, boy, I tell you what, Howard Schnellenberger was a big believer in this when he was coaching. He wanted to get his backup quarterback in the game in the first half just a little bit, so in case anything ever happened, he was ready to roll. So at least 1 or 2 plays, he'd try to get him in. Coach Creasy taking notes from some of the elder coaches. B.J. Kennard on that right side.
Kennard over the right tackle.
Yeah, and even these last couple of times, that's Cooper Hulk again on the
Beard and Hulk.
Not Hulk, again on the tackle. These last couple of times that he's gone in to make the tackle, you're right, Stork, he's ripping at the ball. He's ripping at the football every time. So it's going to be imperative for Oakland to make sure that ball security is the top priority here as they move the ball down the field.
Ball on the 29, kids. 2nd and 4 now for the Patriots. Pitched. Kennard on this side, on the far side. Kennard's got an opening. Ooh, he's hit out of bounds.
B.J. Kennard around
That's
the right
44, side. Mason Jones on the stop. It's a sophomore.
They just hit you 6, 7, 5. Just hunks of yardage, but keep staying ahead of the chains, keeping them moving.
Absolutely, and what's really been getting it for them too on this drive, aside from the fact that they refuse to go down, when they get around that edge, they have speed.
Absolutely. Xavier Myers, the only back. And Linnell will operate under the center. They let Myers have it. Myers, touchdown, Oakland Patriots. As Kevin Creasy's put 6 more on the board.
Just like a knife through butter. Again, the offensive line making it easy. Peter Keating had a big block right there, pancakes his man, had him on the ground after Myers was even into the end zone already. So another great drive put together there by Oakland running the football.
And the combo is on the field. That's Curry, Linnell, Garrett Taylor. Curry snap was good. Linnell holds and Taylor does the rest.
The extra point is good.
And Anthony's trying to learn how to get my scoreboard clock in. All right, I'll adjust it for you kids. I got it.
Get some of those double-digit numbers on there. It's hard to keep them in the frame.
Well, we got it.
6:26 here left in the first half. 24-0 Oakland.
Your attention, please. Be sure to stick around for the halftime.
Yeah, and the halftime ceremony is going to recognize the 2008 state championship team that Coach Thomas McDaniel coached, and they were 15-0, kids. Got a ring, and that's the last ring that Oakland has had here. And that's the last ring in Rutherford County.
Yeah.
06,
sure
it was Smyrna. I was a part of that one. 07 was Smyrna. And 08, and that was Coach Thomas McDaniel, was the last one to capture the gold ball here in Rutherford County. So it's been a while.
Taylor's kick goes into the end zone.
Another touchback right there. And if you're Franklin, again, it's just like the last drive. You're further in a hole now, though. It's 24-0 instead of 17-0, but you got to get some points on the board bad.
Yeah, you do. You really do. And if I think back over the last 10 years, Smyrna was in the championship one time, and then Oakland was in the championship, and neither one were able to get it.
04, of course, was Riverdale.
Oh, yeah, that's when they won it.
Was Riverdale. So, you think about from 04 to 08, was all of them beside 1 year that a Rutherford County school won.
Yep. And here we go. Josh Nichols out of a shotgun. Josh in a little bit of trouble. It's not good. Boy, big number 68 was there on the stop.
Josh Nichols, the ball carrier.
Jalen Willard.
Yeah, Willard again. These aren't kids. These defensive ends, him and Holman, they're not kids that start at those positions. They're the number twos. But, again, they've had so much experience this year that they're ready for moments like this, and they're coming in and they're playing good ball games.
Of course, you got Joseph Anderson in there, the South Carolina commitment, big number 7. It's just going to be hard for, Donnie Webb. It just haven't been able to get anything going where he's got a series where he's gotten into a little rhythm. Josh Nichols, 2-step drop, lets it fly. It's going to be intercepted. That's number 19.
That's Ari McDonald.
We've talked about McDonald. That makes 3 interceptions I know he has this year, and he brings it back up to the Franklin Reb 35-yard line.
Yeah, and again, Josh Nichols, we're talking about him before the game. He's shown he's got a good arm. He threw that ball a long way in the air, but where's your head at right there on that throw? You've got to know what your receivers are doing. You've got to have that chemistry with him because he threw that ball right to McDonald, and there was no receiver in the area.
And Brevin Linnell now is just going to take his time and try to eat some time off this clock. And they're going to go in at halftime, possibly try to put 6 more on the board.
They sure will.
Linnell now out of a shotgun, able to play a little reckless. He's going to throw it. Woo. Pickup of about 6 yards.
It's a good catch right there on the far side by big number
Dumba.
81. Yeah, that's Dumba. And a good job in the backfield as well by B.J. Kennard. They're bringing pressure off of that weak side, and Kennard was able to spin around, and he realized it was coming, and he saved Brevin Linnell's life right there, and near sack.
Tim Pinnell comes in the ball game to replace Dumba. Linnell operating out of a shotgun, catches a little heat. That guy was picked up. Woo!
It's a good throw again.
D.D. Anderson.
Yeah, really good throw. Rolling to his left, throwing across his body, leads D.D. Anderson toward the sidelines. And a really good catch right there, too, by D.D. Anderson, securing the ball, getting both feet down before it gets knocked out.
You're going to run it right here, Anthony.
I don't know.
B.J. Kennard back there. You're not going to pass it. Go give it to Kennard. Got Woody
Franklin
Washington in the
wants timeout.
slot.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're right. I think it looks like that Linnell was showing pass.
Yeah. I was going to say those last two, with how quick they happened, they may try to float one up on a fade.
And Coach Creasy could be working on something to where, he's saying, okay, we've only got so many seconds on the clock. We don't know what you're working on, because when you're ahead, you can work on things like that. We can say, okay, we've got this. Kids, you're in this situation.
You're planning for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're planning for the playoffs, because when you're going against the possible Farragut's, the possible Maryvilles, you got to be able to throw the ball against teams like that if you're going to beat them. So this is, again, good practice. And, also if you're Franklin defensively, you're not out of it yet. You're fighting for your playoff lives as well. So
absolutely,
it's important for you to get this practice inside the 10.
Well, and we talk about that in that top 10 over there out of their region, in Region 6. Ravenwood is the only one in the top 10, but you've got Centennial over there. You got Brentwood, Franklin,
There's some big money guys out there in Williamson County. There's a lot of guys that are playing college football from schools out there right now. And, of course, it's only been a couple of years ago that Ravenwood won the state title.
Ravenwood won it with Coach Will Hester. That was the last time they won it, and they beat Maryville.
Got a flag down.
Yeah.
False start, I think.
They're talking to D.D. Anderson.
Against the Patriots.
So that'll penalize them 5 yards, and that's going to make it just about on the 12. See where they line up. 11 and a half. Here we go. Creasy says run it. Get back up there.
Again, out of a spread.
Yeah, got Kennard to the left. This is the same look they had. Whoop. D.D. Anderson. That's what they wanted to do. D.D. couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, they're trying for that back shoulder fade there in the back of the end zone. Anderson got up there a little too quick. I'd like to see a little bit of a double move right there from him to kind of make that corner there, Cooper Polk, stick his feet in the ground and give Linnell the option to throw that ball up over the top instead of making Anderson have to try to reach over and catch it.
And D.D. Anderson maybe gave it away there on that false start earlier. We don't know. Wow, touchdown, Woody
Great
Washington.
Throw. A great throw right there.
Boomer Sooner commitment just reels it in.
They're in man coverage that time. They are in man coverage, man-to-man coverage. Washington beat his guy, and it was a tight window, and Linnell saw, okay, it's only about 5 yards in front of me. I should be able to fit this ball in there on the run. Chucks it a little bit sidearm right there, but he fit it in. That was a great throw.
Garrett Taylor's on. Linnell will hold. Josh Curry to snap. 1, 2, 3, kids.
Extra point is good.
31-0. And you got some scores for me? Because of course, you can't have a running clock in the first half. But if Franklin don't do something, we could possibly beat him for a quick second half if we don't watch it.
Sure could. College football, MTSU took the lead. They're up 10-3 on Marshall. That game getting close to halftime out in Huntington, West Virginia. And then back to high school, Laverne got themselves on the board, but they still trail Wilson Central 21-6. Coffee County's in a deep hole against the Lebanon Blue Devils. Coach, Chuck Taylor, right, was his name, out at Lebanon?
Yes.
He's up 28-0. Brentwood continues to lead Father Ryan 14-10.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you watching Stork Vision tonight. John Jones Real Estate is our sponsor. We love John Jones. John Jones sells homes. Rutherford County's #1 realtor. As we get ready for Garrett Taylor's kickoff. Judy the Beauty is operating the camera. Anthony Fiorella runs the color, and yours truly on the mic for the play-by-play. Here we go. Back back into the end zone, Anthony. They're going to start at the 20-yard line. It's still a weapon, I say. To put a team on the 20 and force them to drive 80 yards.
Absolutely. You know, kick returners are some of the most explosive kids on the team, and to completely neutralize them by kicking it out of the back of the end zone, it's such a valuable thing to give your team.
Middle Tennessee, 3.
Oh, they said Marshall 10, Middle Tennessee 3, but MTSU Twitter said 10-3 MTSU, I thought. I'll have to double check on that one.
Well, Anthony trying to pull something shady on us to give MTSU some type of edge. Here we go, out of a shotgun. They got Gacka back there, it looks like. No, it's Nichols. No, it's Gacka. Wow,
late flag coming in.
Face mask probably, Coach.
Nope, yeah, there's
a flag on the play.
That is correct. It is 10-3 Marshall. I read it wrong. That's my fault.
Steve Jackson wears the white hat. We'll wait for the call. Here we go. I think it's face mask.
I think you're probably right.
Personal foul on Oakland. What's it for?
Personal foul against the Patriots.
All we know is personal foul. We can't tell you exactly what. But either way, it's a 15-yard penalty, and it moves the sticks for Franklin.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. Maybe a helmet to helmet. It's my only guess.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Franklin Rebels, and they'll stick with Gacka. He's going to work out of a shotgun. Gacka going to keep it himself, going to look for a seam on that left side and not going anywhere, Anthony. Almost barely back to the line of scrimmage.
Mikhail Holman again. You know, I've been really impressed with that young man stepping up for them, playing defensive end in the absence of Decoy Randolph. He's had a heck of a first half.
2nd down, 2nd and 9 now for the Rebels. They got a little bit of field position. You want to try to capitalize on that, but they're going to have to move quickly with 3:50 left to go here in the first half. Really don't want to waste any time. Twins down here by us. Gacka is the quarterback out of the shotgun. Gacka again on the Wildcat. Kel Holman not going to have any part of it.
And, you know, we were talking before the game, if you shut down Matt Gacka, you can essentially just about shut down this Franklin offense. And they have done a great job of shutting down Matt Gacka tonight, as he has just struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage all night.
3rd and 9, and now time becomes a factor for Coach Donnie Webb's Franklin Rebs. They're not a quick scoring team, Anthony, so they haven't been able to get on the board, so this is pretty important. Out of a shotgun with Gacka. Loaded up down here by us with Twins. And Gacka going to look downfield, and he's catching pressure heat. Mikhail Holman had him wrapped up.
It's an eligible receiver right in front of him, so it's an incomplete pass.
Let's wait. Steve Jackson's going to have to sort this out. Did he throw a flag?
He did not. 49. That was a 49 standing right in front of Gacka right there. That was Gabe Tyner. He was an eligible receiver on the play, so you're able to get it toward him, and it's an incomplete pass.
Anthony, 2:41 left to go here in the first half. You're Kevin Creasy. What do you want to do?
You want the ball in the end zone, because you get a running clock in the second half if you can do that.
Absolutely, but you want to run your 2-minute drill.
Exactly.
You want to run that 2-minute drill. You've got an opportunity to run it here. In real simulation, you want to go with it.
Yeah, once you get under 2 minutes, put the ball in the air and do what you got to do.
Looking, dancing. Woody's going nowhere. Quickly wrapped up by number 84, Wyatt Harnage. And that's where the Patriots will start with 2:33 left to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
Yeah, and I suspect, you know, with all 3 timeouts, I'm sure that they're going to run the ball as much as they absolutely can on this drive. But like you said, when they get inside 2 minutes, I'm sure they're going to want to work that 2-minute drill, put the ball in the air, and get you practice with it.
That's just me thinking. Ball now marked just on the 23 and a half.
Kennard's coming out. I think they're definitely going to run the ball here on this down, that's for sure.
Yep, bring D.D. Anderson down here by us, along with the Boomer Sooner commitment, Woody Washington. He wears number 5. Linnell rolling to this side, looking downfield. Who's he got? D.D. Anderson. Pushed out of bounds just about at the 34-yard line.
I have been absolutely astounded by Brevin Linnell throwing across his body tonight. And these receivers, too, finding soft spots in the zone and getting open.
Did you see D.D. Anderson got out of bounds to stop the clock? That's just what you would do in a 2-minute drill. Here we go. Linnell out of a shotgun, looking downfield. He's telling him, D.D. Anderson.
And again, out of bounds. Again, gets out of bounds.
They're now up to the 49-yard line.
First down.
This is exactly the way you want to do it.
Kevin Beard, depending on the play.
Fresh set of 4. They're stretching the chains tied across the way as the ball's marked just on the 48.5.
Franklin has not brought a whole lot of pressure here in this first half, so I'm wondering if they'll try to bring pressure to get in Linnell's head.
Linnell, 2-step, 3-step. Just a nice pass. Ooh, he lost his shoe.
Yeah, he sure did.
Pass is complete to number 81, Dumba Lawaju.
So Dumba Lawaju brings the ball into Franklin Rebel territory. Linnell. B.J. Kennard, right side, wrapped up quickly by number 71.
And there's their first time
Christian
out.
Bullman.
So, yeah, you're exactly right. They're wanting to run this 2-minute drill, get points out of this drive. You know, they run the ball right there, burn a timeout. Tell your offensive line, you know, hey, guys, you've done a good job. Your receivers especially, hey, D.D. Anderson, great job of getting toward the sidelines, making the catch and getting out of bounds. It's exactly what we're looking for. And to your quarterback, most importantly, good job throwing the ball on this drive and standing in there.
And not getting in a hurry, but yet moving the ball quickly. He's not getting in a hurry. He's not in a rush. He's not scared. He's not in a panic mode. He knows he's only got so many minutes to run it down the field, but he's doing it quickly. He's hitting, he's striking, getting set up quickly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you want to get your team to the line. You know, that's why you see some of these kids down here with the signs and stuff. You know, what they'll do is they'll get their hands up. They're going to throw in their sign language. Linnell's going to echo, bark it out to the line, get the play off, move the ball, do it all over again.
D.D. Anderson down here by us, along with Woody Washington. He's got B.J. Kennard in there. It's Brevin Linnell out of a shotgun with 1:41 left. Here we go. Boy, double coverage as number 17, Eddie Willis, catches it.
Yeah, it was a good job of hanging on to the ball, too, because he took a shot right there from, that was Kemp over there on that far side.
Third down situation, 3rd and 6.
Clock still rolling as you see Linnell barking out the signals.
2-step, 3-step, looking long downfield. He lets it go.
Yeah, just wide open.
D.D. Anderson, touchdown. Touchdown to Oakland Patriots.
They run a deep post with both of these guys down here on the bottom of the field. And when they get about 15 yards downfield, they cross each other. And I kid you not, Stork, the defenders literally ran into each other, and D.D. Anderson was just wide open.
So the 2-minute drill works perfectly. Kevin Creasy's in a running clock for the second half as it's 37-0. Going to try to put one more on it with 1:10 left to go here in the first half.
There was 2:41 to start the drive. You're down to 1:10. So they do this in 1 minute and 31 seconds, starting from their own 21.
Perfect 2-minute drill.
Now Franklin's going to have a shot to run their 2-minute drill. We'll get a chance to see how it is to try to avoid the running clock in the second half.
So you're Coach Kevin Creasy, and you do have a lot of players busted up. So you're moving into this second half. You've got a lot of rope in your pocket to mess with. What do you do, Anthony? If it's me, I'm going to run. I tell you right now, I'm going to run. The guys I think that could possibly help me get in there. I'm not saying I'm not saying trying to get experience. I'm talking about guys that could be money players later on down toward playoffs in case somebody gets hurt.
Absolutely, and it's kind of like you said earlier. Heading into this part of the season, what you really need to know is where is my depth at, and if I don't have depth at certain positions, as they've kind of seen throughout the year, in some of the games like this, where do I need to build the depth? And I put kids in at positions where I need to build the depth so that they're getting experience on a Friday night so that when their number is called later on, they're ready to go.
John Jones Real Estate is our sponsor. John Jones sells homes. We love you, John. We appreciate you taking care of us. And he is the exclusive sponsor of Stork Vision. With 1:10 left here in the first half, boom, Garrett Taylor to the 20, up to about the 30-yard line. And that's number 2, Guy Lipscomb.
To the 31-yard line.
So Franklin going to have to go 69 yards on this drive.
With 1 minute and 3 seconds.
You got one timeout, so you're going to have to put it in the air.
Yeah, and
sure.
So you're a little bit out of your MO. You're not. They're not a quick scoring team, or they'd already show me they're a quick scoring team.
Absolutely. Right now you're going to have to lean on this offensive line to give Nichols time to throw, and some of these receivers are going to have to do a better job of getting open.
Josh Nichols from a shotgun. Nichols rolling, looks back. He completes it. Woody Washington's got him wrapped up.
It was a good job of fighting over that block, because had he not made that tackle, they would have gotten the first down for sure. Clock's still rolling. We're down under a minute.
He completes it to number 38, Brock Holthouse.
Second down and 9.
34 seconds left. You can't really do a whole lot in 34 seconds, so I'd run the ball. I wouldn't put it in the air. That's just me. Run it.
And they do.
Nice little run. Picked up 8 yards.
Yeah, and that's probably going to do it here with about 9 seconds. They don't look like they're in any sort of a hurry.
Jonathan Stafford and Cameron.
And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us here on Stork Vision here for the first half. John Jones Real Estate is my sponsor. Got some scores for me, Anthony?
I sure do. I'm going to get you folks some scores real quick, and then we'll let you enjoy the halftime festivities with the 10th anniversary of this 2008 state championship team, and both bands will hopefully get a shot to play, but we'll find out. Going with the scores, MTSU and Marshall. Marshall got a touchdown with 17 seconds right before halftime, so they're up 17-10 right now. Huntsville scores at the half. They trail 14-7 to Florence. That's correct. Halftime, Brentwood and Father Ryan, it's 14-10. And that's all we got for now, so we hope you folks enjoy the halftime show. We'll be back.
Tonight, the Oakland Patriots staff, students, alumni, and supporters would like to welcome home the coaches and players of the Oakland High School 2008 State Championship football team. The 2008 Oakland Patriots football team accomplished one of the greatest year-to-year turnarounds in Oakland sports history. The coaching staff of this team: head coach Thomas McDaniel, Jeremy Anderson, Brad Cowan, Josh Harris, Brian Linnell, Matt Gardner, Matt Snow, Matt Kreisky, the late Doug Nickerson, Chris White, Kurt Bagley, Glenn Sugg, Dave Thomas, and Matt Throneberry. Members of the 2018 roster: number 1, Chan Boyd; number 2, Trevor Hornsby; number 3, Xavier Norman; number 4, T. Mayberry; number 5, Cameron Barrett; number 5, B.J. Nelson; number 6, Sam Bass; number 7, Joel Keeling; number 8, Darius McAdoo; number 9, Anthony Amy; number 10, Michael Benford; number 10, Wesley Blizzard; number 11, DeMarcus Scales; number 12, Philip Dodd; number 13, Zach Barnes; number 14, Matthew Shaler; number 15, Jess Messick; number 15, Brandon Messick; number 16, Christian Adams; number 17, Jacoby Buchanan; number 18, Chris Crawford; number 19, Nathan Hunter; number 20, Buddy Mitchell; number 21, Dion Wade; number 22, Jordan Odom; number 23, Anthony Collier; number 23, LeBaron C; number 24, Benton Hawks; number 25, Jared Hargis; number 26, Cameron Bond; number 27, Lorenzo Elder; number 28, Khalil Newman; number 29, Chris Johnson; number 29, Jedrick Watkins; number 30, Austin Bogus; number 31, Asa Bowman; number 32, Eric Collier; number 33, Corey Crawford; number 34, Precious Valentine; number 35, Kevin Beal; number 36, Tyler Whitworth; number 37, Cody Brown; number 38, Lee Fox; number 39, Dre Frazier; number 40, Benjamin Johnson; number 41, Jacob Meyer; number 43, Chris Watkins; number 44, Seth Goff; number 44, Sam Stevens; number 45, James Michael; 46, Zach Cole; 47, Ed Kilgore; 48, Tony Sharp; number 50, Dustin Falk; number 51, Devin Bradshaw; representing number 52, the late Darius Coffey, Miss Kim Waters; number 53, Telvin Hall; number 54, Thomas DeBow; number 54, Chaz Petroni; number 55, James Hill; number 57, Austin Murray; number 58, Caleb Ryan; number 59, Tyler Barrett; the late Victor Salsalido; number 61, Nate Joins; number 62, Tim McAdoo; number 63, Tyler Walter; number 65, Brian Potts; number 67, Nick Fish; number 69, Matthew Thomas; number 70, Chad Smith; number 71, Tyler Moody; number 71, Barry Smith; number 72, Dustin Hughes; number 73, Clint Spears; number 74, Will Ashford; number 74, Jerry Blythe; number 76, DeMarco Boykin; number 77, Connor Bates; number 77, Rico Summers; number 78, Derek Barrett; number 78, Barton Henley; number 79, Benedrick Donald. Number 79, Ben Thomas. Number 80, Josh Wallace. Number 81, Josh Barnes. Number 82, Elias Smith. Number 83, Angelo Glee. Number 84, Will Walker. Number 85, Demetrius Shelton. Number 87, Ladarius Marable. Number 88, Dustin Henry. Number 89, Trey Fletcher. Number 91, Adam Arbit. Number 96, Rohan Patel. Number 97, Michael Riley. Number 98, Ethan Brown. And number 99, Makeem Watson. After a 3-7 record in 2007, Coach Tommy McDaniel was hired as the head football coach to try and rejuvenate our proud Oakland football program. Throughout the summer, Coach McDaniel and his coaching staff were working to put a hunger for success into our program. Behind a stingy defense and a strong running attack, things began to change. Starting with a dominating scrimmage against Brentwood Academy, it was obvious these Patriots had the intentions of doing something remarkable. Their first regular season game of the year would bring the Riverdale Warriors and their 76-game region winning streak into Ray Hughes Stadium. They defeated Riverdale 17-6, and the run to the gold ball was underway. Game 2 saw the Patriots down by a point with the game coming to a close. A last-second field goal gave the Patriots a 9-7 win at Coffee County. After 3 more wins, the 2-time defending state champion Smyrna Bulldogs came to town. It was a hard-fought, triple overtime victory, 24-17. The last game of the season was a Halloween night win over Blackman, 7-0, and the Patriots ended the season at 9-1. After 2 big wins over Warren County and Cookeville in the playoffs, the Patriots got their second win against Smyrna 9-3 on a cold, wet night. They were heading to Ottawa for the semifinals. The stands were packed full of Oakland fans and would not be disappointed. The Patriots spoiled all the sports writers' predictions and dominated the Owls 35-0. Oakland was heading to the state championship game at MTSU. They faced the Franklin Rebels in one of the most exciting championship games of the year. The two teams battled to a 13-13 tie game with just a few minutes left in the game. The Patriots put the strong running game to the test and drove 70 yards on 12 consecutive running plays. They scored with 9 seconds remaining in the game to claim the 2008 5A Tennessee State Championship. The 2008 Patriots went from 3-7 record in 2007 to a 14-1 record in 2008 and became state champions for the 3rd time in the history of Oakland high school football. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2008 CSSAA state champion Oakland Patriots. The ball boy on the 2008 team is the quarterback of the 2018 Oakland Patriots, Brevin Linnell. Once again, how about a round of applause for the 2008 state championship football team. Your attention, please. Miss Chloe
You are
Marie
seeing
Spence,
Cecil
please
Joyce
come to the
at
press
work.
box.
Look at Cecil.
Miss Chloe Marie Spence, come to the press box.
Cecil Joyce is now interviewing the bell cow for the 2008 Oakland Patriots. That's Precious Valentine. Final ceremonies taking place on the field right now. Appreciate everybody joining us. Like to thank my sponsor, that's John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John Jones. Kids, after tonight, we've got 3 of the regular season games left on Stork Vision, and then we will jump into playoffs. We'll cut them up. We'll find out, take the first four seeds out of each region. And we're going to go east. We already know that. We will play with the east brackets and so forth. Is Cookeville still in this thing? Is that our 4th team? Right now, is it Riverdale and Cookeville fighting for that 3 and 4 spot?
Yes, and I think it was last night them two actually played each other, and I believe Riverdale escaped with a last-second victory in that one. I need to double-check, but...
So
I know Cookeville, I think, had a game.
No, Riverdale was supposed to play Cookeville last Friday night.
That may have been last week was when that happened.
Double overtime. I think Riverdale won in that game.
Yeah.
I'm correct. I already know. They won in overtime.
Right now to double check it.
So Riverdale's got the edge. Riverdale's got the edge right now. They're probably, this thing. So the bottom 2 are going to travel. The top 2 are going to stay at home for that round 1. So right now, if it was to end tonight,
Oakland and Blackman would get the home games. Riverdale and Cookeville would travel.
Right. And probably the bottom seed, you don't want to be in that, but that could be Cookeville. Cookeville could go and play Maryville, and then
the other one could end up Riverdale could play Farragut.
That's right. But that hadn't come out on their end yet.
No. So there's still a couple of games left. You never know what could happen. There's 3 left, but you're right. If the season ended today, right now, Oakland and Blackman would stay here in Murfreesboro. They would be hosting a couple of schools, likely. I'd guess, venture to say, maybe some schools from down near the Chattanooga area, maybe at Ottawa or somebody like that. But
and then if you look at it, Blackman may be traveling that second week. They may not be fortunate enough to be home if Farragut.
Which is why that Oakland Blackman game, that was huge for the implications of this region, because just like you were saying, the loser of that game may travel in that second round game.
Yeah.
Even though they're a better seed, they could end up playing a region champion. With the region champion being a region champion, they get to host the game.
And then, kids, if you ever get a chance to catch any team, it's Greenville right now. They're the hot team in the state. From what I hear,
Greenback.
No, it's Greenville. That I hear that they're just unbelievable to watch. And
1A, isn't it?
Tom Krager will hit us on that one. I want to say that is 5A, but I'm not for sure.
Tom, if you're listening,
help us out there, Krager, on the Greenville. I know they're undefeated, and I know they're really good football team.
Yeah, Sam just hit us. Riverdale 140-34 double OT against Cookville.
Yep.
Big time for them. Warriors needed that.
Absolutely. Franklin's yet to come out. They're now just making their way out onto the field. And Patriots are still in their indoor facility getting instructions. Special teams group is out.
Heck of a first half for Oakland, though. I'll tell you, they come out and they've been executing the game plan. They've been running the ball. They've been playing good defense. Coughed it up a couple of times when, Franklin, I'm sure that's what they came in wanting to do. They want to try and force some turnovers, because that's how you got to beat a team like this. But Franklin just has not been able to sustain drives. They've gotten some positive yardage on plays, but they have yet to convert and get a first down even, I believe.
They really need to put something together and try to at least get on the board.
Yeah, it's Greenback, I think. Or is that them? Greenville? Greenback really good too, though.
Greenville's the school.
Yeah, 69-0, 43-3, 42-0, 42-0, 41-7.
And Science Hill is a 6A school.
Yeah.
I think they're 5A.
Alcoa might have them some competition there.
No, Alcoa is 3A.
3A. Elizabethton, 4A.
They're 4A.
4A.
Greenville is 4A. Sorry about that, kids. Region 1, 4A. But they're the real deal. And like I said, their scores are unbelievable when you take a look. They played Dobbins Bennett. They beat them 43-3.
That's a 6A school too, I believe.
They beat Morristown Hamilton West 42-0. Union County 69-0. Science Hill 6A team 42-0. Pisgah 41-7. Sullivan Central 63-7. And they're in progress right now with Sullivan South, and they are just wearing Sullivan South out at 62-7 right now.
Yeah. And I was looking it up too. Greenback, they're Tennessee as well, but I think that's the 1A school. They're 6-0 this year as well. You look at some of their scores. They defeat Loudon 31-14, CAK 63-20, Sunbright 49-0, Kings Academy 63-14. They beat Oliver Springs 28-18, Grace Christian 48-14. They're playing Coalfield tonight.
Coalfield, that's 1A.
So, yeah, Greenback, a 1A school. I know it's right down there in the southeast corner up against the mountains. Got some scores rolling in from Sam. Warren County took the lead on Fayetteville. They're up 13-7 in the third quarter of that ball game. Father Ryan and Brentwood have kicked off the second half. It's still 14-10 in favor of the Brentwood Bruins.
Still a beautiful night here in Middle Tennessee, Rutherford County, as we're at Game 7. So everything's kind of evened up from your bye week that Oakland had in the second week. So everybody's evened up. Three left,
they're
Anthony.
all caught up now. Yeah, Oakland, that was a good time for that bye week for them, too, if you think about it. Coming out of that Maryville game, you come out and you got to kind of lick your wounds, and then since then haven't lost a game.
We've got Siegel and Oakland left on our schedule. We've got Blackman and Stewart's Creek on our schedule. And the last game, the Backyard Brawl, which is Blackman and Riverdale, which Riverdale, if they could get up.
If they keep winning and they beat Blackman, could force their way into that 2 seed.
Yep.
They could. They very well could. But right now they're definitely in the position where they've got to win out if they're going to do that.
Absolutely.
All those schools, of course, on a bye this week with it being fall break.
Once again, Oakland High School would like to thank our scoreboard corporate sponsors for their long-time commitment and support.
All right, let's do some pregame here. You, Kevin Creasy, what do you want to do? Just keep doing what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, you just keep doing what you're doing. Keep running the ball. You know, get some of your kids that are your ones. Get them a couple more series, and then you start again assessing your depth. What positions do I need to develop some more quality at the backup spots? Get those kids in the ball game so that they can continue to improve. And if you're Franklin at this point, you know what do you do?
Yeah, I mean,
but you got to. It's what do you do?
You play football.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to
keep trying. You got to keep fighting. That's for sure. But you know, you think about it too with all the points and stuff like that. You know, tiebreakers can come into implications off of points too. So if you're Franklin, you want to try and get some points on the board.
Absolutely. So Oakland going to get the ball here at the start of the second half, and you know what they're going to do? They're just going to play keep away. Kevin Creasy can do it better than anybody. He'll slow it down, run that clock, and we're in a running clock, so you know, other than timeouts and touchdowns and PATs,
clock don't stop.
Clock's going to run. We're going to be out of here pretty quick unless Franklin can do something and stop it.
Yeah.
And if I'm Franklin, I want to get some points on the board. I don't want to get shut out. I want to at least get something going and score on them.
Mm-hmm. Because if I'm correct, I believe this is their last game of the year that they're playing a non-region opponent. So moving on, you know, for the rest of the season, if you're Franklin too, you don't want to beat up some of your money guys either. You want to try and get some points on the board. I definitely keep those kids in for the entire third quarter, but in the fourth quarter too, you know, they're still in position where they could sneak into the playoffs, and if they're getting into the playoffs, they need to assess some things from a depth standpoint as well.
Well, we're back underway. Judy the Beauty will run that camera. Anthony Fiorella will be my color analyst. And yours truly, Stort Montgomery. I'll run the play-by-play.
And number 23, P.J. Kennard.
Nice kick, Anthony. Oh, my goodness. Got a flag. This coming back. Number 13, Victor Stevenson's the one on the return.
He's a backup quarterback.
39-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
You know, Coach Creasy, you know, if he's going to end up with Victor Stevenson, that's going to be another threat because Brevin Linnell doesn't run the football all that much. So Victor Stevenson will pull it from the belly on that wing tee and go.
Exactly. You know, last year, of course, we had Timmy Goodrich here in Oakland, and that's what they did. They had Timmy Goodrich in. He'd run the ball. They put Brevin Linnell in when they want to throw the ball. So it's good that they're able to develop Stevenson. Not that Linnell can't run. We've seen him run the ball. He can do it. But Victor Stevenson, obviously a kid that excels more at running the ball than he does throwing the ball. So it's good that he's been able to come in and develop.
Face mask called against the Oakland Patriots, and the ball's on the 11-yard line. Brevin Linnell will operate from up underneath the center, and they're going to that just a straight I formation. As Steve Jackson stops it. Now we're going to roll.
Heavy set front for Oakland right here. The I formation.
Pro style set. And they go with Myers, and it's not going to be much, maybe a pickup of 1 or 2. But, Anthony, that clock is just running.
Yep, and it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going, and that's what they want to see. I don't suspect they'll put the ball in the air unless they get into a 3rd and long situation. You know, they're going to continue to get behind some of these big guys and run the ball right up the gut at these Franklin defenders.
They bring D.D. Anderson down here by us. Well, now he's going to send D.D. to the top. Got Myers as the only back, and they're going to run that ball. Well, D.D.'s just sliding all over the field. They give it to Myers. Myers, pickup of about 2-3 yards.
Breaking tackles.
Yeah, the big number 76. Noah Clayton, the 6'3", 330-pound man. And 71's busted up. And that's Christian Moolman. And he is a player. This
Franklin defensive line, they've made some plays tonight. That's been a bright spot for them. If you take anything out of this ball game, you know, going up against such a tough Oakland offensive line, their defensive linemen have been able to shed some blocks and stuff, and they've been able to make some plays. So that's definitely a good thing for them.
Ball now just hovering almost on the 15-yard line. And Oakland just taking their time, just letting that clock spin at 9:32. They've stopped it. Now it's back in rolling.
Injury.
Here we go.
Timeout.
Myers staying in that I formation. Linnell reaches up underneath the center. They jumped. That's 5 yards.
The hard count right there. That's basic football. They teach you that in Pop Warner. You watch the ball. Don't move until the ball's snapped if you're a defensive player. And that's going to give Oakland a
3rd and like 1 or 2. Yeah.
Outside against the Rebels.
See if they put big Mookie Wilson in the ball game.
Ball now marked just on the 20-yard line. Looks like the 21 and a half is what they need for the first down with Anthony. We're at 8:50. I mean, that clock's just moving. Linnell operating up underneath the center in the I formation. Second man through, Xavier Myers. He's got it, and it's going to be close.
I think he's going to get it with that second effort, though. A good run right there by Myers up the gut. Keeps his legs churning and falls forward, even more importantly.
Steve Jackson pushes that right hand forward, which tells the chain gang to move and the box man to reset as the ball's now sitting on the 22. Just taking your time, you don't need to rush. Just let it eat. Myers is the tailback. Keeping it very basic. Myers, left side on our side, left side. 42 on the stop. And that's John Kirkpatrick, the 6'2", 212 linebacker.
And, of course, Kirkpatrick, too, as I was talking about earlier, he's one of the top long snappers in the state as well. So could get some playing time on Saturdays if he keeps that up. They'll give you a scholarship, just a long snap.
You're going to have to be there a couple of years, Anthony, and they're going to give you one coming in. You got to stay a couple.
Yeah, but they'll give them out now.
Yeah, it's just toward the end, like 3rd and 4th year. Myers, left side pitch, up to the 40, He's busted it. Go.
Oh, just stumbled.
But he brings it into Franklin territory and stumbles right at their 40-yard line and picks up the first down.
Yep, a simple little toss play off the edge, and that's what Myers loves to do. He loves to bring it around the edge and showcase his speed and his tough running ability. Get that head bobbing up and down, full head of steam, break some tackles, make something happen. But yeah, going back to that long snapper conversation, too, you know, obviously Carson Tinker from Riverdale won a state championship at Alabama. He's a long snapper now for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so he'll take you places if you keep going with it.
Linnell underneath the center, second man through is B.J. Kennard. B.J. Kennard's going in the end zone, kids. Touchdown Kennard, touchdown Patriots.
Every single one of these big runs tonight, you got to attribute to that offensive line.
Starts at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you drive a Mack truck through there. I could have ran through that hole. I wouldn't have scored, but I could have ran through there.
That would have been a show.
Just a great job right there.
And they're still sticking with, and we got Michael Turk in, my kicker. Turk. Boom. Turk gets it.
Turk's kick is up and good.
He will be the kicker after Garrett Taylor leaves.
Yep, sure will. So,
and he's done a good job. We've seen a whole lot of Michael Turk this year.
Yeah, we have. We've seen him in the kickoff game. We've seen him kick some extra points. We even saw him kick a field goal against, I believe it was, what game was that? Wasn't it the Republic game? I think he kicked a field goal. So definitely good for him.
And, you know, you don't want your kicker, you don't really picture your kicker getting hurt, but they can. John Jones Real Estate, our sponsor. We appreciate him. We're getting ready to get a treat, kids, as we've gotten the signal. Coach Thomas McDaniel on his way up to the top of the press box here at Oakland High School. We'll get an update on the Christian Brothers Purple Wave and the private school sector.
Try to pick his brain a little bit about that 2008 team, too.
There you go. We got plenty of time. We can,
We've got time to talk about it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Of course, Coach Thomas McDaniel, a regular on Inside the Headset, as we try to catch up him regularly on a weekly basis when we can, when I'm not traveling. And here he comes. He's on his way up as Garrett Taylor's going to kick it off. Or no, Michael Turk. Turk's going to kick.
Yeah, they're leaving Turk in the ball game.
And that's number 2, Guy Lipscomb on the return. And he's tackled by number 40. And that's going to be Cassius Thorpe. Joining us now on the broadcast from Christian Brothers High School, the head coach of the Purple Wave, Coach Thomas McDaniel. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing awesome, man. What a great night for football. A little bit humid, a little few mosquitoes out there, but had a great turnout from all the guys from 2008, and it's kind of surreal being down here getting to watch the Patriots play.
Talk a little bit about the 2008 team. It was your first year in coaching. It wasn't 6A then, it was still 5A, but still, what a big win for you and your first year, and you never forget that.
No, it was an amazing run. You know, we I think the year before they were 3-7, and I think I know I was too dumb to know any better, that I didn't really know anything, and you just kind of fake it till you make it, and the guys bought in. They were tired of losing, and we had to kind of find a style that fit us, and it was a little bit unconventional. It wasn't very pretty, but we had the guys to line up and just run right at you. We had the tailbacks with Sam Bass and Precious Valentine. Had a young quarterback in Christian Adams, and we just got on a run. It was magical, and it was some very ugly football games. I mean, there was never any games where there was a whole lot of breathing. Matter of fact, ironically enough, our semifinal game against Ottawa, which we were the underdog pretty significantly, that was probably the most dominant game that we played all year. We won 35-0, and it was 28-0 at halftime. And but other than that, man, we were in some knockdown, drag-out brawls, and we just always seemed to find a way to win. So it was pretty incredible when you think about it.
And and not a lot of college 5-star commitments. McAdoo was recruited at that time, but you're talking about a football team, just a bunch of Jims and Joes, aren't you, Coach McDaniel?
Yeah, I mean, we were young and inexperienced, and we just had a lot of really good high school players, very tough kids. I mean, we did 3-a-days my first year, and I think about all the guys have asked me if I've changed, and honestly, I don't think I've really changed that much personality-wise. I'm still pretty hard on kids, but we were brutal, and they just they just believed in what we were doing. They trusted the coaches. We had a great staff: Matt Gardner, Matt Snow, Chris White, Josh Harris, Brian Linnell, Brad Cowan. I mean, just some great guys. And we just, like I said, we made a run, and there wasn't really any 5-stars back then anyway, even though that was only 10 years ago. But other than Tim McAdoo, Darius Coffey, who passed away this past year, played fullback and guard and defensive tackle. We just had a bunch of overachievers, really. And like I said, it was just, when you think back, I've spent some time this week kind of reflecting. You don't get to do that, really. I know I don't anyway. And I broke out the scrapbooks and looked back at the old programs and even looked at some of the old films just because I was, kind of reminiscent. And it's just, it's kind of amazing the timing of everything. Your life is all about timing, and I've been so fortunate and blessed. Like I said, probably out of anybody, I was the least qualified. For some reason, they gave me the opportunity. I got some good men surrounded me, and I got kids which I think a lot of it is just getting kids to buy in and believe in what you're doing. And, I think probably, like I said, I faked it till they believed me. And I only knew one style, being under Coach Rankin, and we just went with it, and we just kept getting better, and just very, the word grit and toughness, and just everything was ugly, but it was so much fun. And, obviously it just couldn't have been a better experience for all of us. And to just have all those guys come back and see them now doing great things in the community and, professionally and being fathers, it's pretty gratifying.
And then, Coach, you mentioned how you came in and that team the year before was just 3-7. How rewarding was that for you from a coaching standpoint to come in and build a championship culture in your first year?
Well, I mean, again, you talk about culture, and that word is, it's a buzzword now in football and really any kind of development when you're talking about a leadership role. Culture wasn't really, even a word then.
Yeah.
But it was just, it was just amazing. We just kind of had a vision plan of what we thought we needed to do. All we were really trying to do was win ugly, keep games close, play great defense, and hopefully take games into the fourth quarter. And to be honest with you, philosophically, I'm still that way today. So, we don't do anything flashy, never have. We're going to put our best players on defense and try not to confuse them. And we're going to get them to run to the ball, be extremely physical, be tough, and play with great effort. And, and the guys did that. And I just think you can see our confidence continue to grow as the year went on. And really, honestly, I think it was a 76-game winning streak maybe, but our first game was against Riverdale. That was a very highly publicized game. The prodigal son of Coach Rankin and all that stuff that got built up into way more.
Tom Krager.
Right, more than it needed to be. But at that time, Riverdale was on the top. It was the team, and they had gone, I think, 11 years without losing a region game. And obviously I'd worked there. Chris White had played there. Matt Gardner played there. Matt Snow had coached there. And for us to be here on that night and beat them, that was just the starting of just becoming an unbelievable run. And, we just, again, momentum and timing is everything, and we just kept getting, a little bit more confident. And we played some great football teams. The league there was a lot more parity than you see right now.
Absolutely.
Smyrna was,
we were at the Smyrna game. Judy and I came down and filmed that. We came here, and it was just, it was packed.
Both of those Smyrna games that year were just, bloodlettings. They were just barroom brawls. The playoff game, the quarterfinal game, was a 9-3 game, if I'm not mistaken. It was cold. It was just an ugly, ugly game. We just beat each other up. And, you don't see games like that much anymore. But I think that year, if I'm not mistaken, we beat Blackman 7-0. Zach Barnes had a cast on his hand. He caught an interception, basically one-handed, down here on about the 20 and ran it in. That was our only score of the night, I believe. We barely beat Wilson Central. They were in our league at that time. They were very good that year.
Yeah, wasn't they like running the wing tee?
And they were very good.
Who was coaching them at that time?
Golly. Trey, if you wouldn't ask me, last name.
Is it the guy from Portland?
Yes. Trey. Anyway, they had a great team. We just had some very ugly games. And Siegel was really kind of considered the team to beat that year. David Watson, who's now at Oakland, was the head coach there. We beat them in the final minutes of that game. To be honest with you, the more I've thought about it, the more I'm remembering plays and stuff. I remember the first play of the game against Siegel. We ran a toss sweep and Precious Valentine fumbled the ball. And the next play, they had a really good receiver at that time. If I said his name, you'd remember him. him, but he caught a touchdown, first play from scrimmage for them, and we just battled back and hit a couple big plays late and won. I mean, everything just timed up for us that year.
Boy, what a kick down here.
Oakland's kicking game is extremely impressive. I mean, their punter and I guess the punter and the kicker are the same guy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Garrett Taylor.
Well, he is talented. Obviously I don't get to watch Oakland very much, but that was noticeable from the get-go. He's got a special leg.
So talk a little bit about the Purple Wave and what's going on with you now that you're in the private school sector. You play against later on. You will get hopefully we'll get to play against a Brentwood Academy or Montgomery Bell Academy, but your region is a lot different over there with MUS and Briarcrest. So talk a little bit about that, Coach.
I mean, it's still football. It's the same thing. Obviously, the facilities and all these places are beautiful, and it's different in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, kids are kids. They're 17, 18-year-old kids. The same kids that I had at Oakland, same ones I have at Christian Brothers. They're going to listen to what you want them to do. If you set a certain standard, you're going to set the bar in a certain place, and you expect them to reach that potential. And our kids do that. And I'm very fortunate with the job I have that I got a group of guys no different than I had at Oakland that believe in what we're doing as a staff. And trust the coaches. And it's football, man. It's just in a different part of the state, and it's private school. Now we have to travel, play more games, but really, to be honest with you, when all the Z plan and all the things that happened in 09, 10, 11, when a lot of the classifications were changing and they were trying to figure out the playoff plans, it became difficult here at Oakland to schedule games because at the end of the day, people want to schedule wins, and I get that, but I would rather be 8-2, 7-3, and play a very good schedule than just be 10-0 and play
and run away from everybody and try to get ready, because when you get to the playoffs, you're going to be in trouble.
Right, and I mean, there's a fine line. You can't beat your kids up to the point where they're not ready, health-wise or mentally. But obviously Kevin is. I feel like we scheduled well when I was here. I think Kevin's done as well or even better than I did with scheduling tough competition. Obviously playing Hoover and playing Maryville and people of the sorts. So. But yeah, it's not that much different, man. The field's it's 53 1/3 wide, and it's 120 yards long, and it's just 17, 18-year-olds.
Family seems to be doing okay. You got 2 girls, highly involved, and wife and everybody. So it's always a great Friday night there in Memphis.
Great fan support, unbelievable football community, extremely supportive of my family, and been very welcome and open to me. It's hard to believe this is my 4th season at Christian Brothers. Time just flies by. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago that I was out here behind the press box cutting grass and sweeping grass, and I spent a lot of time on these fields in the summer and a lot of time in that indoor facility, and but like I said, I've been very blessed. I mean, I really say that truthfully. God's been so good to me, better than I deserve, and right place, the right time with the right people, and I've just been fortunate not to screw it up.
What's the plans for the rest of the weekend other than hang out with some people here locally?
Yeah, a bunch of the former coaches are going to go grab a bite to eat and obviously reminisce and tell stories. And then I head back in the morning. I got to be back tomorrow night for UFC 229. I need to watch that in the confines of my own home. And the Khabib-Conor McGregor fight has to be watched on the 70-inch TV, so I'm going to be sitting on my couch watching that. Well,
Coach McDaniel, we appreciate you coming up. I love having you on and our friendship. I tell people when I first met you, I guess I was calling at Blackman.
Yep.
I was filming and I was in the other room and you were to the left of me and you had a headset on and you were just stomping us into the ground. I can't remember if it was 09 or 2010, but you were calling a freshman game and I
believe it was 2010 because I can remember that. I was a sophomore that year when I played at Blackman. I think it was 2010.
That was a freshman game.
Yeah, it was a freshman game and I was calling it and I was filming and running the music. You were to my far left. We were the only 2 in the press box and and you were calling all, no, we're not running that. We're going to run this. And you literally were calling all the offense and all the defensive plays with a headset on and just filleted Blackman wide open.
So that's funny you say that. Again, I can't remember people's names, and yet I'm remembering some of the. So I remember just in your quirky personality, you had poked at me. I mean, I was a butthole for the most part. I was young, and if you weren't for Oakland, then you were against us. That's the bottom line. And I mean, Ron Crawford at Brentwood's my stepfather-in-law, and he'll tell people when we played, I wouldn't even shake his hand before the game. I don't deal with pageantry and all that very well. But anyway, I remember being on the sideline there one night, and you saying something about Blackman was going to Oakland over to Tommy's house.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, you just trying to stick barbs, I was like, that dude. But it's funny how we've developed a friendship through the.
I went
through the coach's show, and I look forward to that every week. I look forward to my coffee, and you obviously do great things for high school athletics, and in particular in this county, obviously, and highlighting these schools and these players, and it's a lot of fun memories.
Yeah, we, now Creasy, he's not a coffee drinker. Every once in a while, he asked me to pick him up a sandwich, but that was that was some special days when you send me the text and just say double espresso, little bit of cream, and bring it on. I need something to keep me up because it's a long season, and I mean,
oh man, it is. It's so much fun. Again, telling some guys tonight. We're in our bye week, and we practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we were off Thursday, and we had off today. And Monday through Thursday, I didn't get home before 8 o'clock, not one night. So I mean, it's just a grind that unless you're in it, you really don't understand. Takes so much. Sorry, I'm watching takes so much time. It's a tremendous investment for all the coaches and obviously the families. My kids have to sacrifice a lot. A lot of our coaches' kids. It's just I get there at 5 and I leave at 8. And so you're talking about 15 hours a day every day. But I love it. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I've said a lot when I'm ready to be done with this, I'll get out of it.
Yeah.
When I know it's time, it'll be time, and I'll go be successful doing something else. I think that's just my mentality. But I love it. I'm still really enjoying it. I don't get tired. Now December, I decompress for a while and.
Because you got to get ready for recruiting, and that's what's different with public schools, isn't it?
Well, I mean, we're always trying to. We're not trying to recruit, Stork. We're just trying to make people aware of what we have to offer at our school, and if it's an option for them, they're able to come visit us and see. But it's definitely a longer cycle in football. The process, here. Between Butch Vaughn and Mr. Spurlock and all the administration, there's such a premium on all athletics, but obviously football is the cornerstone. And to have kids during the day lift weights, and you just have some things here that you don't have in private school that makes, our kids have to come in on Sunday, every Sunday to lift, do treatment. At Oakland, we had the ability to lift weights in the morning. They could get breakfast. You've got a lot more support. When I was here with now the superintendent, Mr. Spurlock, when a teaching position came open, he always came to me and said, "Hey, do you need another football coach?" It's just
you were first out.
All sports.
And there's a lot more rotation in football, coach.
There is, but there's more coaches and teachers in public school. Obviously, just the staffing size. But when I say all that, my school's been unbelievably supportive. But it's just. It's just different. It's just a different lay of the land.
Yeah.
But we didn't want for anything, and there's a lot of hard work. Like I said, cutting fields. I'm sure Brad Cowan was painting this field yesterday, and there's just certain things that you got to do here that I don't have to do. But all jobs are difficult, and they require a lot of time. And all these guys on Oakland staff, I know, put in a tremendous amount of time. You see the product on Friday, and it's obvious that these guys are well prepared, and they know exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely. Anthony, anything else for Coach McDaniel?
Man, I don't know if you remember this game in particular, but it's one that sticks out to me. It was a Thursday night game here against Blackman. I played at Blackman.
2013.
Yep, yeah, 2000. I think it was 2012. I was a senior that year.
That was a TV game.
Yep, we got the ball down here to the 1 yard line and just couldn't punch it in.
There was a ball got down to the 1, and Phillip went crazy because y'all tried to snap the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there was a personnel mix-up trying to get on the field, or if it was trying to decide whether to kick a field goal. You probably know better than me. I know that he lost his mind, and y'all didn't get a chance to snap the ball in.
Yeah, right? I remember. Well, a lot of the kids over on the sidelines were screaming, and hollering, "Spike it, spike it, spike it," because I believe we were out of timeouts at the time. And I remember when they snapped it, he was trying to signal in a play. He wanted to run a play, and I guess there was just some confusion at our quarterback. I guess got confused, or some of our running backs. It was Chase Smotherman was his name.
Chase Smotherman. Yep, I remember Chase.
I'd graduated with him, and we had, I believe it was Antonio Allen was back there, running back on that play.
Big Antonio.
Some of the offensive linemen were confused at the times. I played defensive tackle, but I was standing right there, and I was getting ready to run on the field because I was on the field goal unit. And I remember, I believe if we would have kicked the extra point, that would have put us ahead 1, I think. But yeah, there was some confusion, and not everybody knew.
2012.
Not everybody knew the play, and that was it. I remember that.
I'm trying to think of the 2013 game. I'll tell you something about. Didn't it come down to the end? I mean, didn't it come down to the very end of the game?
Yeah.
Didn't y'all have the ball late in the game?
Yeah, we had gotten the ball. And I believe the kickoff actually went for a touchback, if I remember correctly. And there was a ball that was thrown to a kid named Quindell Cousin. I don't know if you remember him.
Yep.
And I'll still admit, I don't think he caught the ball because I remember watching tape. It looked like it had rolled down, but they called it a catch, and it was down right over there at the 1 yard line. And
late in the game.
Yeah, it was like second to last play of the game, I believe.
Okay, so the last play of the game, do you know what was wrong with Oakland on the last play of the game?
No.
So I'm almost positive, I'm almost certain that on the last play we had substituted, we were trying to get a different personnel grouping in for the big boy, because he was number 3, wasn't he?
Yes, 3.
And we had 10 men on the field on the last snap.
No way.
Yeah, so that tells you how smart I am. And we got to stop. And so, because I was sitting there thinking, after the game and I found out, I was obviously furious and embarrassed. And I was thinking, if we lose, I got to bear that scarlet letter for the rest of my life. And I may be wrong, but I'm almost positive. And I think Emmanuel Smith busted a big touchdown running that game.
Yep.
Was Juwan a receiver then?
No, he was playing mostly safety.
Okay.
Didn't play a whole lot of offense that year, but he was mostly a safety that year. He was a sophomore that year.
I thought y'all were better than us that year. And we stole one from you. I remember that was a Thursday night game.
Yeah,
I sure do.
Yep, that was a
small world.
That's the one memory I have. My one Thomas McDaniel memory that sticks out to me.
Well, my one Blackman memory, the one that stings the most, was 2010.
Yep,
we were playing over here, about on the 20-yard line. We had the game won. And it was late in the game. One of my favorite players of all time played corner for us, a young man named Buddy Mitchell, who's now coaching college football. And we were in a quarters coverage, and he makes that play 9.9 times out of 10, and they ran a wheel down our sideline, and he bit, and they hit a long touchdown. Late, you remember that?
Yep. I was a sophomore that year,
and that was a tough loss.
That game still haunts you.
It does. You still, it's funny. I was listening the other night. I was driving home from one of my late evenings, and I was listening to Marty. What's that Marty guy on ESPN? The
NASCAR.
Yeah,
Marty Smith.
He has a sports show on in Memphis on the evenings, and he was talking to Steve Spurrier, and Spurrier said it, and I completely agree with him. The losses, I can tell you way more about what happens in our losses than what I could with any of the games we won. The losses sting, and those are the ones that
Coach Dice says the same thing. He says they'll haunt you, keep you up at night.
The wins kind of get jumbled together.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we had some knockdown dragouts from Blackman. Like I said, 2008, it was a one touchdown interception game. 2009. Phillips' first year, it was an ugly game. It was like 17-6, but we bloodied their nose. Like we pounded it on them pretty good, but it was an ugly game. 10, they upset us. 11, Itavius Mathers is still running. We wouldn't have tackled him in a phone booth that night. And then 12, 13, 14, obviously there were some battles.
Yeah.
Some great games of competition for sure. So
Antonio Lee, the ball carrier.
very heated, and that's one thing about Rutherford County that I'm sure it's still that way. But man, you at that time when you were playing and when I was here, it was
nobody liked anybody. Nobody helped anybody off the ground.
I don't know. I haven't talked to any of these kids and actually asked them, how much do you hate these other guys? But I remember back in the day, you hated Laverne even. You hated playing Laverne.
You didn't need Twitter.
It was no. It was a genuine dislike from all groups, and every week was a big game. And that week was the Super Bowl. I mean, it didn't matter whether it was Siegel, Riverdale, Blackman. They were all big games, and they were fun. Smyrna. I mean, some of the best games I've ever been involved in were Smyrna. I mean, just so memorable. So special place. Rutherford County's obviously has a rich history. It's pretty incredible.
What about the guy that taught you a little bit, Coach Rankin? What is he right now? About 418 and 75. He hadn't lost a game all year long. He's like 418 and 75.
I don't know what it is. It's ridiculous. He needs to retire. He needs to find a hobby. It's incredible. Like, he still enjoys it. I talked to him yesterday, and he was talking about how much he enjoys the team that he has this year. He's gotten soft. I mean, they're on fall break, and he gave him Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm like, good grief, man. I mean, but he ain't going nowhere. I mean, he
ain't going nowhere. He's God.
He's for him to have the energy and enthusiasm that he still has with all those. It's incredible, man. His youngest boy is the kicker, and I know that he has much more of a premium on the special teams now than he used to. I can tell you that.
Does he?
I'm sure. His youngest son is the kicker. If he didn't, he'd be sleeping on the couch. So,
before we go, Coach, tell us one Rankin story before we go. Coaching with Coach Rankin, if you can whip one up.
Hope you've enjoyed the contest.
Favorite coaching story, man. There's so many of them, but I think for me personally, we were playing Father Ryan in a scrimmage. My very first scrimmage, I was 22 years old, and my dad drove up. Everybody knows my dad comes to everything. It was my first scrimmage in the spring, and we had a DB line up on the tight end, and I was coaching him up, perfect stance, perfect depth. The only problem was there was a flanker lined up outside of him that he didn't see and I didn't see, and they threw the ball to the flanker and scored. And after the game, first time I ever met my dad, he went up to him and said, I don't know if you can fire somebody before they've been hired, but I may fire your son after today. And I hadn't even been hired in Rutherford County yet. I was driving from Cookeville every day to spring practice in Murfreesboro, and I about got fired before I got hired. And if I did, I'd probably be selling, Philly cheesesteak somewhere. I'm not sure.
Great story.
Appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, Coach. We appreciate you. Anthony, wrap it up. I'm going to get a picture made with Coach McDaniel.
Yeah,
Go ahead and wrap it up for our fans.
Folks, we got second half went quickly, but we have a final score, 45-7. The Oakland Patriots come away with the win against the Franklin Rebels. Franklin, they were able to get on the board there in the second half. They put something together late in the fourth with some of their twos, and Oakland got a lot of kids into the ball game. And again, just a lot of fun to be able to talk to Coach McDaniel. Try to get you folks a couple of scores real quick. Marshall and MTSU are tied at 17. 2:05 left in the ball game. MTSU is in the red zone. Warren County leads Fayetteville 26-7. Wilson Central leads Laverne in the fourth quarter 28-14. South Warren is up 21-17 on, it says Fayetteville, but I believe that should be Ravenwood. Cane Ridge 49-0 on Antioch. Florence was up 21-13 on Huntsville in the third quarter. And folks, again, we appreciate you watching. It was a beautiful night for football here as the Oakland Patriots come away with the win. They were celebrating the 10th anniversary of their 2008 state championship team.
All right. Let me know if I can do anything for you, John.
And next week, we will be right back here as the Oakland Patriots take on the Siegel Stars.
What a great interview with Coach McDaniel. I know, kids, we normally stay play-by-play, but that you just
You
don't
got to
get
take advantage of
you
something
don't
like
get to
that.
do
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, Coach McDaniel's he's family, and we enjoyed having him on the broadcast. Patriots end up winning 45-7. So next week we'll be back here for the Siegel game. Other than that, kids, most of all, I guess nothing like it. We love our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John Jones. Kids, we will see you next Friday night at 7 o'clock here on Stork Vision.